White to the white to the white to the white.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Fossil Zone 1 in Abia Province, in the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are in this platform for the restoration of Biafra because we are proud of the land of rising sun. Biafrans are blessed with natural resources. We are blessed with human resources. We are blessed with great technology and so on and so forth. We never call for war. We never call for hatred. We never call for discrimination. But we call for peace, unity, love, freedom, which is our main goal. Biafra is an Asian nation which was earlier colonized by the British in the earlier 18th century. And Biafra nation has been foretold in the prophecies like Nostradamus 400 years back that a powerful prince will arise in the world at the trigger of the gun, that he will be the envy of other princes, and the other prince will try to subdue his arise, but all will be a failure to them. Biafra is an Asian nation that lies along the Atlantic Ocean of Africa with great potential of greatness. Biafra is a nation that will restore peace, liberation, future hope towards our generation. Our predecessors have fought their own, and we present Biafras are not going to relent or surrender to this struggle. We are determined to restore our holy land, which is Biafra, with one voice, one accord, one command, and one agenda, which is Biafra. We all thank Almighty Chukwu Okike Abiyama for His grace, protection, love, care, because we are all alive in the land of the living. God has organized a seeking peace province in Biafra land. Biafra, you are great indeed, the kingdom of God here on earth. We also thank our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the great prince and an icon, the liberator of this global struggle of our time, and his deputy Mazi Jennifer, and all the principal of states, coordinators, IGroup, family members all around the world, lovers of freedom. This song is from AC Joe and Mary from Fossil Zone 1 in Abia Province. Thank you all, and may Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless you all in your name. Say, over there, we are going over there.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live to Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafo-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo-Mefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Of course, he is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the king of Afari Beku. He is the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia is in Abia State. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, I remain George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. As always, I must proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. And so in my humble way this evening, as always, I come before him. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma e, ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ị bụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o, ise. Once again, I welcome you, wonderful people across the globe, most especially genuine Biafrans wherever you are all over the world. Without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic this evening, which is titled 7 Undeniable Facts About the Decision We Make in Nigeria That May Forever Haunt Us. 7 decisions about the decision we make as Nigerians, which may forever haunt all of us. We are Biafrans, and we are all trapped inside this Nigeria. From Ududuwa down to Arewa, whatever name or umbrella you used to dodge in, as far as you are a prisoner in the zoo called Nigeria, we have all made the decision in time past, and I can assure you some of us will not escape the decision we have made. Just like every other country in the world, just like every nation, creed, and breed across the globe, men who understand that every action, there is a consequence to the actions they take, decision they make today, there is a consequence. Today, some people think they are invincible. They can do anything and walk away with it. I tell you, you lie. You must not forget that kingdom rise and kingdom fall. There were times we will talk about the Greeks, the Persians, the Medians. We will talk about the Arabian nation, the Philistines, the Palestine, the Amalekites. We will talk about the Israel. They are no more here. We can talk about the Babylonians. We can go back and talk about the Romans, the British. We can talk about the Soviet Union. Here you have the America. The Chinese are making efforts to topple them. The Japans are not relenting. Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, everybody is on the round track. Somebody is going to rule the world. That is what they believe. But who is going to be that man? And so you can think you are world power today. You were not world power yesterday. You may be world power next tomorrow. You won't be there forever. As such, everybody must understand the action they make, the decision they take. There is consequence for it. And some of these consequences will hurt their next generation for a very long time. Today, a lot of people, a lot of history, a lot of civilization have been able to hide the truth. And they pride in honor and glory. They think there is nobody like them. They lie to their children. But I tell you, on daily basis, your children will know you for who you really are. Because nobody can hide from the power of the Creator. Nobody can hide from the eye of the Creator. I understand some of you don't believe in God, but only a fool does that, I should remind you. Today, the whole world is talking about George Floyd. But he's not the first to be killed. And I can assure you he's not going to be the last to be killed. May his soul rest in peace. But American has seen something they've not seen before. They have always been killing black men, and they walk away from it. The Americans tell lies to their children. Though America was built on the expense of the black, but the black does not have a piece of land in America. The blacks live under forced enjoyment. But of course, those who are willing slaves in America, those who are trapped as slaves in America, cannot complain. Seeing other blacks jumping from everywhere to America, why would they complain? They are in heaven already. And today, because of one man, the history is turning around. It will get to everybody. The decision you make today to tell your children that blacks are chimpanzee, go to Japan, go to China, they have museum projecting you as a black man, as monkey. But somebody's going to say, don't say it, please, don't say it. Every decision all of you make today, the consequence await all of you tomorrow. It may haunt your next generation. Blacks have suffered enough. But tonight, blacks must understand that in the same way, every decision we have made had the capacity to haunt all of us for the rest of our life. We are here today. We've not always been here. In fact, we have never been here. We were born into a country we were very proud of. I, as a person, I loved Nigeria. And when I look at the things happening around, I could only patiently wait to be trained, to be indoctrinated, to be equipped in the way of Nigeria. And I believe one day I was going to be a lawyer in my own chamber, dispensing justice without favor. I have had many dreams. And then my children can look up to me and be very proud of me. That indeed my father is a hard-working man and is an achiever. I have wanted to be somebody even after I die. My children will look at my picture and cherish me like I do about my late mother. On daily basis, my parents challenge me with the idea that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. And then as 10 years old child, I can't wait to get to 25 years. But like mirage, the more we look, the less we see. The more we get closer, the more we discover that the nation we have loved, the nation we have bled for, the nation we have hope on, was nothing less than a gang of thieves, evil enclaves. Satan abode itself. And the only thing we can have is our destiny being destroyed. A nation so wicked that they have ministry of, how do they call it? Ministry of eradication of initiative. They have ministry that is dedicated to eradicate initiative. They turn you to Alamajiri, turn you to a beggar. Nigerians have it. This is how bad it can be. But it didn't take one man to do this. It took 7 groups of people to make it possible. Today, before my very eye, I see all my younger brothers run out of this country by fire, by force, in search of greener pasture. Most of them will never come back home, I know. But they would not have been there in the first place, because we are richer than most of the country where they are. And I know many of them have died. Relatives, friends and enemy alike. But believe me, the life they live was not their making. They didn't choose it. Somebody made this decision. And the person may be hiding somewhere and think it's going to end like that. You lie. This is one truth I want you to know tonight. And so, we that are trapped in the Nigerian state, terrorist state here, let us reevaluate ourselves. Because that time you are telling lie to the next generation. That time you made efforts to remove history from the school curriculum. That time you think you will intimidate and harass people with the barrier of gun and nobody will talk to you. That time you think you are the Alpha and Omega. You lie, because kingdom fall and kingdom rise. Here we are today. But of course, we continue to be grateful to the Almighty Creator for giving us a leader who has led us this far, and praying honestly that he lead us into Biafra land, because this very movement have upset the balance. Most of you don't know. This very movement have upset the balance. I keep wondering, how did our leader get to this level? How was he not just able to conceive this idea, but what actually gave him the morale to take the step? Because there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Today, everything that have been hidden from us lay bare before our very eyes. We can't see them clearly, but people still struggle with the truth. You got to tell the truth, because there is a consequence for everything every individual have done in the name of Nigeria. Every individual in the umbrella of Nigeria, from British government to the lowest, to the poorest, to the miserable man in Nigeria here, everybody has a price to pay. And so tonight we examine 7 of them so that you understand where we are coming from. The British government. The conspiracy of the British government, an alliance with most countries, an international organization around the globe, to subdue Nigeria and through her subdue Africa. That was a decision, and believe me, there will be consequence. The British came in, they said they were colonizers, but they lied to their children. If you are from Britain and your father told you they colonized Africa, they lied to you. They were terrorists like Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, Miati Allah. They were terrorists like those ones America were killing in Libya, those ones they call terrorists in Afghanistan, those ones they call terrorists in Iran or Iraq. They were like Theresa May and her family. All of them, including the Queen of England, David Cameron, and all of them were thieves. Worse than this, Hezbollah and the rest of the terrorists bombing people across the globe. Only that they had the monopoly to give themselves good name. I'm talking to you, British children. So whenever you look at the Queen of England appearing to be like angel, she is an angel, but of course the breed from Lucifer. This is what they don't want you to know, but you will know, because before our time is up, you will hear about them what you have not heard. They took gun and came to peaceful Africa, where chimpanzees like us are living peacefully. They started robbing us. Your father, your kingdom, your empire, your nation, they are poor and wretched, and without stealing from Africa, you will be living like a pig, some swamp anywhere around the globe. But it sounds to you like a hate speech, but we have seen worse than that. That action, the British came in, conspire with other countries, France, Portuguese, and the rest of them, including America. Everybody who has directly or indirectly rob Africa and claim to be colonial master, they are all terrorists. That was their decision. They made it. I know they are ready to live with the consequence. It will not always be in your favor. Don't you have it? And then some people are going to say, God, you got to leave them. How can we got to leave them when they started this thing? They came to steal human being. Along the line, they don't have no need for human being, because the world was advancing to another level. Industrial revolution, they call it. They needed our palm oil. Now they start stealing us as human beings. And then they came back and start stealing palm oil. And during the era of stealing palm oil, they discover another source of energy, which is the gas and the oil. They now left palm oil and they start stealing gas and oil. Until today, your fathers are stealing gas oil. If your ancestors or your immediate father ever told you that they are colonialists, they are simply terrorists. That is another name for colonial masters. Terrorist masters. And with time, they notice that they cannot succeed. And what do? They have to form alliance with international companies and organizations like Shell, Chevron, Saipem, Mobil, ExxonMobil, Total, Ajib, among others. You see them littering everywhere in Africa. These are thieves. They drive in good car, very starchy iron clothes. They live in the best mansions around our community. They have their own private security police. They drive tear-over car. You just cannot measure with them in any way. We see them. We live in the swamp. We drink from the river, of which we urinate and we desiccate. We drink and feed from there. And we watch them every day. They work very hard to make us weak. That the like of us has never worked on this earth. The reason they have not killed us is because somewhere along the line, they still think we are useful. After all, as far as there is black man dying in the Mediterranean Sea, will Europe see dead body to run autopsy on? As far as we are littering the street of America, why wouldn't they shoot you anyhow? As far as we are littering in the street of Japan and China, why wouldn't they kill you and discriminate you? They are the one robbing us. But what am I trying to say? These are decisions they have made. They work hard every day to make sure they sustain it. But I tell them there is a consequence. Let's not deceive ourselves. Things will not always be like this. And so one day, as we keep telling this story, it is not for decoration. This is not a music to entertain our children. They must know what we are up against, in order for them to prepare their heart, because the journey is long. These people will stop at nothing to make sure they cover their evil. But there is no need to cover it. It's too late for all of you. Let African nation be free. I will stop there. Number 2, the agreement of the Yoruba with the Nigerian state on the expense of the Biafrans. You see, what I don't like in my life is anybody trying to pretend. Because when I leave this line open now, some idiot married to Yoruba Hausa Fulani, they're going to say, oh, leave our Yoruba, leave our Yoruba. But on daily basis, we see the heinous crime and atrocity of these people. Somebody want to tell you, no, forget about it. If I swear for you, they made their decision. Let them live with the consequence. We continue saying it over and over. They remove history so that our children will not know what we have gone through. It's only a stupid child that will allow what kill his father to kill him. Only a stupid father. Only a stupid son. They will poison your father, and you open eye, another person will poison you. That child is a very hopeless one, and is supposed to end up in the aboki fry pan. What are we not saying here? We are busy deceiving ourselves. Oh, our one Nigeria, we love our one Nigeria. We have to speak in territory and integrity. We have to be mechanized and not be biased. You don't have sense. Somebody is drowning you, and you don't want to be biased. How do they call them? Onyoma, Ndioma. Let's not deceive ourselves. A day will come, we have to tell our children this truth. We have to guide them. Whatever they do with their future is left for them. We will not allow them to lie down and some idiot will rape them off. A young girl was slaughtered in the University of Benin. Raped and murdered. This is Nigeria. It could be your daughter. It could be your cousin, nephew, related to you, whatever, your auntie. In the church, in the house of God. And then somebody will say, no, you don't got to say it. Let's cover it. You want to insult the church? No. Yoruba have made decision. It was their choice. Somebody will say, yes, some Yoruba. I agree. Awolowo made a decision. When I read Awolowo's speech after the end of the war, Awolowo said that Yoruba should not mercy for Igbo man, because Igbo man choose that decision for themselves. That if the Yoruba have supported or work in agreement with the Igbo, that they would have suffered it more. That they should show no remorse, show no mercy for what the Igbos are going through. That this is what they choose for themselves. They told their children. And their children are waiting every minute to undo you. From our leader Esrat, the one I saw online, number 47 and 48. Number 47, our leader said 30% of the Biafran, of the people in Biafra land are saboteur. 30% of the people in Biafra land are saboteur. Actually, he didn't say whether it's Yoruba, Hausa or Fulani. But indirectly, it could mean that all Biafrans in Biafra land, that 30% of them are saboteur. Because Yoruba is in Biafra land. Hausa, Fulani is in Biafra land. Janja Weed, Gwangwa Weed, all of them are in Biafra land. But let's assume he was talking to Biafra. He went on to say, why must you be afraid of any Yoruba person in the south who is a Muslim? They are loyal to Islam. That is why in Yoruba land, the only person that can speak out against Omotekun is a Muslim. Number one. He was pointing out why you must be very afraid of Yoruba people. Because they are Muslim. They are Muslim. But the question is, are we not aware that more than 85% of Yoruba people are Muslim? Only the one managing the company called church are Christian. Only Yoruba are Muslim now. Outside the company owner known as church, Redeemed Christian Church of Company International Limited, Deeper Life Christian Church of Company International Limited, Mountain of Fire International Church Gospel Limited, then which other one? Winners Chapel International Ministry Limited. All of them Nigeria Limited. Don't you know Yoruba are 80% Muslim? And all these owners of this company called church, all of them are Fulani. Fulani blood, of course. And they are Muslim. Go and ask Adeboye. His papa is a Muslim. His mama is a Christian. Go and ask Kumuye. His mama is a Muslim. His papa is a Christian. Una no get sense. But Yoruba made their decision. Their decision is to hunt you down as Igbo man and turn Niger Delta man against you. Go and look at all the people coming from Niger Delta yapping in this struggle. Go and look at all of them. He said that they are married to Yoruba. He said that they have Yoruba girlfriend. He said that their grandmama is Yoruba. Go and watch all of them from Asari to Edwin Clark to JT Peter Spitt, all of them to Ben Bruce to Anchor Bricks Thunder, all of them. Go and check them. Waiting they eat big tree, they for bottom of the tree. Yoruba made their decision. But let them understand they will live by the consequence. Number 48 from our leader extract. He said, this is why any Biafran politician counting on Yoruba, you are mad, because they are always loyal to Fulani. Like I said, from that of the Yoruba, they have agreement with the Nigerian state, which comprises of Sabotua, Fulani, Hausa, and the other foreigners who are part of Nigeria. They have agreement. Their economic status is free. Yoruba, economically, they are free in Nigeria. You talk about federal character, they are represented. You talk about seaport, they are represented. You talk about airport, they are represented. I think Ohanes Ndibo group of company governors in the Niger Delta and Delta Niger, all of them, they are trying to, the Southeast now make a move to activate a policing committee. The South Side is making arrangement to activate a policing community. Who are you people deceiving? Yoruba could come out and say, we need Omotekun. Before you know, they bought a car. Before you know, they announced it. Before you know, Fulani jump up. Before you know, they went back to the bedroom. They renegotiated for their 10%. They have collected their 10%. You will not hear about Omotekun again. If you like, turn your head upside down. That is the deal they have. And that very deal will become their doom. Because anytime Fulani want to enter Yoruba territory, Yoruba will say, we will support Igbo to break Nigeria. We will support Igbo to break Nigeria. Then Igbo will begin to jump out. Hey, Fanika Ede has spoken. Our Yoruba want to go home. Oh, why would they go home? If I'm a Yoruba man, I will make sure Nigeria don't divide. Don't deceive yourself. If I am a Yoruba man, I will make sure all of you Igbo will die in Nigeria. Why will you go? You want to open seaport and destroy my own seaport? Am I insane? Then the moment they begin to sing that music, then what do you call it? Outside we say Kudan. We will leave support for you, but don't talk about Omotekun. He said we can talk about it. It's just that you have to shift away from attacking us. I told you, go and check the people, the foreigners they are taking to Yoruba land. They are small boys. Those mature militant Malaysia, or what do you call them? Terrorists. The big one are the one they are looting for us. At least once the Yoruba go tell me, they tell you, yes, as you are saying now, they have seen Dangote trailer carry some alamajiri, as they call it. Go and look their own alamajiri, small boy. Tomorrow they carry them back. But that is the decision they make. As far as it is one Nigeria, forget about Yoruba. I don't even tolerate all those things. Oh, so what is a revolution? Where is revolution now? Oh, he has been settled because they know where they meet. Oh, they just formidable release Nigeria, new generation of Nigeria. Where are all of them? They made a decision, and it is their intention to live with it, and they must understand that there is a consequence to it, and what they are doing to us today will haunt them forever. It will. Their duty is to make sure nothing will work in Biafra land, and their next duty is to make sure they turn against you. Asari is an Igbo man, but yet Asari communicate to Yoruba more than his Igbo wherever he come from. Because as we are speaking now, his wife, who is a Yoruba woman, will not say, honey me, baba mi o sogba soro njara. Agbawa wo soro. To baba go soro. To ba the engineer. And to ba the engineer, to ba buru the whole ngwongwo to Mazinande Kano or to IPOB. Don't you get it? They made a decision. The best thing we can do, let us tell our children the truth. Let us tell our children the truth. We choose to forgive these people, but they are evil. It makes the message very clear. We choose to forgive them today, but they are evil. All Yoruba are Muslim. All of them. Number 3, the compliance of the Hausa to support the Fulani in disguise to continually be part of the ruling class in Nigeria. Honestly, as a child, I know Hausa and Fulani are not the same. But Hausa love it that way. In those days, they used to tell us as a child, where I come from, they train us. They don't lie to us. They don't want us to undo anybody, and they don't want anybody to undo us. So if you want to undo us, we will fight you till there is nothing left. Are you mad to undo us? Did you make us? These are principles we were born with. I remember my father would come, he say, if you see Yoruba person, na so it be, na so it be. If you dey beat am, make you no fear. Because as you dey beat am, you go dey say, Toba kure, Toba lihoto, Toba nwe, ma bu eloju, ma men this, ma men that. He say, na lie, use your abada hold and well. As he see head come out, he don't run. That is why Babangida say, if he wake up, he see them beating drum of war, he don't go. But they are chameleon, very wicked. They are the ones sustaining this Nigeria. And they tell us, if you see Hausa, in those days, when Hausa man say wallahi, wallahi is wallahi. In those days, when Hausa man say wallahi no be me do am, na so it be. I have a Hausa man that used to guide my factory. And I have a job I have to do in Umuahia then, in Isialangwa to be precise, at Lesoti's house, then. And then I told you, the Hausa boy, I'm traveling. Make sure you are always around. Because I used to park 2 of my car in that factory, among other things that are there. Please take care of this place. I will not be around. Because normally at times, midnight, I will drive there to see what is going on. And that day I left. Not up to like 6 hours that I left. Somebody called me and said, something is wrong with in your factory. I called somebody, I said, go and check what is there. This Hausa boy has lost the radiator in my car, have carried the battery, everything he could pick, he left till today. This Hausa. That is the one my father told me, that when he say wallahi, wallahi, who is deceiving who here? Hausa love it. Tell your children, Hausa love it. That is why they agree to kill their own king, so Fulani can rule. There were some criminal element in their blood. They made their decision. Today they are living with the consequence. If not, that Fulani thought they have arrived, and now they want to finish all the Hausa. Hausa will still be loyal to Fulani. And so my advice to Hausa and Yoruba is begin to fight for the breakup of Nigeria. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. Oh. This is what I will tell my children. Because I've never heard anybody talk good of Igbo man. In fact, the level we are today, if you make mistake, you say you are going to march. Mark my word, Niger Delta people will be the one that will kill the whole Igbo people. Go and march as we are speaking now without changing this mindset. Niger Delta people will be the one that will finish the whole Igbo. Let me come back so you understand. South people will finish the whole of South. I swear to the Almighty Creator. Because that thing you are romancing is a time bomb. Yorubas are walking on the ground. Yorubas are walking on the ground, romancing everybody, pregnating all the whole Igbo girl, dumping them along the road. The South blood self, only God will have mercy on us. We are in a military situation. We are in war already. Hausa made a decision. Their decision was to join Fulani. They were deceived. Let all of us go and conquer. Let's go and conquer them. All of us will be ruling. Hausa made a decision. But they can still stop it. I know one truth. You can be shouting South and South-North, up north or bottom line, Niger Delta or Niger Delta. I know of the truth that if they defeat the Igbo man, all of us are gone. They just keep you quiet, South. so that they can finish the main target. The main target in Biafra land is the Igbo man. So anybody supporting the Igbo man to get Biafra, you are supporting yourself. If they destroy the Igbo man, they will destroy the Niger Delta man first. They will destroy Hausa. Of course, Fulani has almost finished Hausa and Medo Bet. They will come for Yoruba. Yoruba, they are a tattoo. Like our leader say, Yoruba will be the last to be conquered. But if I may ask, Ekwensoge meri unu n'agha o, semba o, Nwachukwu semba o. Ndị Awụsa ga-emeri unu n'agha o, semba o, Nwachukwu semba o. Ndị Yoruba ga-emeri unu n'agha o, semba o, Nwachukwu semba o. There are things we see, you can't see it. I tell you, declare a word today, you will know why Onyakonwelu said what he said. When Onyakonwelu come and tell you that this war, she's afraid though, if this war come, no Igbo will survive. You think she was stupid? In as much as I don't agree with her, she know what she's saying. It's not about, oh, our Niger Delta is ready. You people will be shocked. You will see the power of instigation. You will shock. Hausa made a decision. They killed their leader. Loyal to Fulani. Fulani now thought they have conquered the whole of Nigeria. Now they want to decimate everybody. But if they choose to repent and truly work that Nigeria be disintegrated, believe me, I understand our people. I understand how they feel. In fact, we appreciate human beings. We love people. We don't kill today because it's not our style. Yes, we don't agree. We always challenging one another because this is who we are. But we take care of others even more than we take care of ourselves. And so if they do the right thing, there will not be any problem. But we will get there. Number 4, the self-denial attitude of the Niger Deltas in order to be relevant in Nigerian state. The Niger Deltans. Self-denial. So they can be relevant in Nigeria. Do you know how it functions? The federal government will say, in Nigeria, we have decided that this money we borrow, we will give Niger Delta 20,000. We will give Yoruba Niger Delta 25,000. Then we will give Hausa Niger Delta 35,000. And then Igbo Niger Delta, we will not give them because they are talking of Biafra. Then Delta Niger Delta, we begin to disassociate from Igbo Niger Delta. Self-denial. You know, when you say you are not Igbo man, they give you job. They give you job. And so everybody is denying their Biafran identity. People don't understand how things work. I have clients who are Yoruba people. The moment they use my my number, of course, on Facebook, once I store your number and that number is on Facebook, they begin to alert me, the people you may know. When all of them discovered, the guy they do Biafran thing, they avoid me. They avoid me. But who actually want their relationship in the first place? I want to believe that whatever I shall have should be on merit. You don't dash me anything. Let it be on merit. Not because you dash me. Nigeria want to dash us what belong to us. That is why fellas say, animal cannot dash me human right. Nigerians are animal. They can't dash me human right. Nigerians don't have anything to dash Niger Delta. But Niger Delta have to live in self-deniance to be accepted in Nigeria. That is not how you should think. You will suffer greatly for it if you are still saying you are Niger Delta and you are thinking in that formation. All of you who are trying to distract what we are doing, from Ankyo Bricks to Ateke, down to Asare, to Edwin Clark, to Tom Polo. All of you, you know you are a prisoner now in Niger Delta. You can't do anything. They will pick you up. They will pick you up. They will pick you up. Why are they doing this? Because you're perceiving. You're playing the game of indulgence. If we disassociate with Igbo man, and then one of the things that saved Goodluck Ebere Jonathan was because the first thing he did immediately he became the president was to add Ebere to his name. By now, the more you run, the more they know you are where they want you to be. There is consequence to this decision you are making. My Niger Delta people, I beg, check the population of people for your community, because this rain will follow. Yoruba Hausa Fulani spent time sabotaging Ojukwu and his soldiers. Yoruba Hausa Fulani spent time killing Adakaboro with his Niger Delta militant or the militant force or whatever. We have started on the same path again. How many people remain for your community? Before they come and they yap, they talk nonsense. Go back to your community. And they talk to Niger Delta people. Go back to your community and do a survey. It will shock you. Of course, Facebook have done it again. Let me cut it off and then I come back again. There are mad people everywhere. They want us to be saying it in the way it will sweet them. Hopeless animals everywhere.